So earlier today I was watching Myles Dyer, that's Blade 376, wax philosophical in the latest video of his, and it got me thinking. And so I'm going to make a video. You can probably tell by the title, it's about open-mindedness and it's about fundamentalism. And I've been diving into the dictionary just to check that some of these things I'm going to say are founded a little bit in what other people sort of agreed definitions of the word are. And if you're open-minded, you are open to new thoughts. Basically, you're open to new ideas, you're receptive, you're prepared to give things a go, give things a listen, and you're not prejudiced. And when you think about it, that's actually quite difficult. I think a lot of us have our prejudices, but I don't know, I think it is possible for us to be open-minded people, and I'd like to think of myself as someone who is open to hear new ideas. I'm not so entrenched in what I think that I can't hear someone else's point of view that's coming from a different sort of frame of reference. However, in that, I would say I have a frame of reference in my thinking, and that does come from my faith. And I guess I see it like this. There are certain things that are like core values that I hold to, that I believe are right. And I guess they define me as a person, that's who I am. There are other things that I feel, I guess, quite strongly about, but I'm more like prepared to hear different points of view and prepared to think, well, okay, maybe I'm not right on that, maybe I'm not wrong, maybe I am wrong rather on this, And then there are other things around that where I really would say I'm either undecided or have no opinion or don't believe they're things that really need to be argued about. If you like, there's layers, different levels at which I hold things, but I think it is important to hold certain values. I think, if you can say about the stuff around the edge, I think that's a matter of opinion, I don't think that's a matter of right or wrong. That's fine for the stuff on the periphery, but for the stuff in the centre, I believe that there is right and wrong. Now, obviously, saying a statement like that and talking about open-mindedness, suddenly you raise up like this whole question, where does the whole fundamentalist thing come in? Can you say a statement like, I believe there is right and wrong, and still be perceived as an open-minded person? And maybe not. Maybe I'll discover in the comments that right there I've sort of shot myself in the foot, so to speak, metaphorically, of course. But the whole fundamentalism thing, I was kind of checking that out. And really, a fundamentalist is someone who holds to the fundamentals of a belief system. And the fundamentals are the source or are the basis of that. And to me, there doesn't seem to be a lot of point in holding a belief unless you adhere to its fundamental principles. Now, I'm a Christian, and so I guess the question for me is, what are the fundamental principles of Christianity? Now, the way I read it, Jesus was happy for those to be summed up as love God with everything you have and love your neighbour as yourself. So loving God means, you're going to live a life that pleases God, that you're doing stuff that He's approving of, and that obviously is going to mean you're going to live in a certain kind of way. And loving other people as yourself means you're not going to do anything to anyone that you wouldn't want them to do back to you. Now, if living life like that was what people talked about when they talked about Christian fundamentalists, then maybe I wouldn't mind being called one. But I think fundamentalist and fundamentalism has become a swear word in our society, especially when it's preceded by the word Christian or Muslim. And so it's a tricky one, really. But then I also think that in our culture, our beliefs and our values have become a little more than an extension of our sort of, they're a slightly spiritualised or a moralised version of our consumer mindset on things. And so we kind of don't mind buying into a bit of token charity work as long as it doesn't cut too deep and it's not really a matter of life and death. So I don't know. I've got some questions there, about how you marry up being open-minded, which I think is important, and being fundamentalist, which I think is important. I think if you're going to believe something, you need to believe on the fundamentals, but then you need to know what those are and that they are a good basis to base your life on. And maybe, just maybe, then we do actually in our world today need more fundamentalists. Just fundamentalists of the right kind. Thanks for watching.